In this video, I'm going to give you guys the exact step-by-step strategy on how you can run local ads that absolutely crush. The biggest bottleneck most business owners have is they don't have consistent leads coming in. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how to solve that problem and never stress about leads ever again, right? And so most likely you fall into one of these categories. The problem you're running into is you don't have consistent jobs coming to you every week. Like every single week, you don't have so much work that you're like always crushing it, right? You don't get to pick and choose the clients you take on, right? You literally are in a place where you're kind of reactive. You take on clients that anyone that's willing to pay you, you take them on. That's not the place where you want to be at in business. You want to get to pick and choose who you want to work with, whose projects you want to work on, who's your ideal type of avatar, like what kind of client, what personality do they have? You want to get to a place where you pick and choose these things. You're stressed out about finances every single month. Whether it's paying the team, your own bills, scaling up, you're stressed out because you don't have predictable lead gen. And it's kind of exhausting, and I've been there. I know how it feels like. You feel burnt out because you always feel behind. Every day, guys, you put in the work. Like it's March 24th, Q1 is almost over. And a lot of us set these massive goals, and a fourth of the year is already over. And we're like, dude, why aren't we ahead? Why aren't we growing? And a lot of videographers feel this for years until they dial in their acquisition. And you feel like you should be making more money for how hard you work, right? Let's solve all these problems and dial this in. And just a heads up, just to show you guys, I'm not like every other ads guru, whatever guy out there. I don't even consider myself as that. Guys, I'm personally spending over $25,000 a month, and I've been running ads for 4+ years. Like every single day, I'm getting billed every other day. 900, 900, 900, 900. Like every day, I'm scaling up ads. And so I think I know a thing or two about ads, and I've helped over 100+ videographers scale with local ads. And so I made so many mistakes that I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of what not to do and what to do in this video. All right? Cool. All right, guys. So after spending $300,000 on ads, I've learned that ads done right are like a winning slot machine. Not all ads. Ads done right. You can't just go launch an ad and it'll print. Like that's not how it works. Like it's just not reality. It's not how this whole game is played, right? You need to launch ads right. And so every dollar you put in, you should be getting $6 to $10 out. So a 6 to 10x ROAS. And so the question then becomes, how much money can you put in? And can you handle all the clients coming in? Because guys, business is all about solving problems. Acquisition is the first problem, right? Once you have so many clients coming in, you're like, dude, how do I handle all these clients, right? And that's a good problem to have because then you're not stressed. You're not reactive about paying rent or scaling up a team or whatever. And this is the place where you want to get to because you can finally hire people. So how many people can you handle, right? Because the ROAS we're trying to get is 6 to 10x. And that's how we're scaling up because it just becomes predictable. It's literally like a winning slot machine. And here's the thing, a lot of people tried ads and they just burn through cash, right? So I'm going to show you the step-by-step strategy and breakdown of how not to burn money on ads. It's easy to waste your money on ads. Like look at this videographer, all sad watching his money burn. That's probably some of you guys. You probably tested ads and you're like, doesn't work, man. It doesn't work for you. It works for hundreds of my clients. It works for me, right? And so in this video, we're going to go over this 2 stages of launching ads successfully. The keyword here is successfully. Not all ads are the same, okay? Stage number 1 is audience creation the right way because every single one of these details matters, guys. Stage number 2 is launching the ad. And I'm giving you the exact step-by-step roadmap to crush it in your city. And you guys got to remember, a client acquisition solves 90% of your problems because you'll have other problems, fulfillment problems, scaling problems, all these different things. We're not even talking about that in this video. But the beautiful thing is when you solve acquisition, you can go hire people. You can go hire other videographers, editors, team members, client success managers. You can get out of the day-to-day BS and actually enjoy your freaking life, right? And so audiences. There's 3 types of audiences, guys. And I just gave these little nicknames, but there's LA vibes, and I'll explain each one, why each one matters. There's mid-range and there's Hicksville. And you want to own your market. The way you own your market is you outspend everyone and you have a better offer in your city. in your market. So LA vibes is essentially any market like New York City, Miami, LA, like bigger places, right? And I call it LA vibes just because it's a big market and I like LA. But the reason we want to get hyper focused here in if you're doing a bigger city like LA, New York, Miami, whatever, you don't want to hit a 25-mile radius around the city. You want to get hyper focused on one spot of the city, right? Whether it's Santa Clarita, whether it's Anaheim, whether it's Long Beach, whether it's I'm not familiar with LA. I've been there a couple times, but like I don't live there. So like you want to get hyper focused on like a 6 to 7 mile radius when you're in a place like LA vibes, right? Where you're in a place that's huge, like Miami or whatever, right? You can't run ads in a 25-mile radius here. Like you guys got to understand, your $30 a day is going to be so spread thin when it's being seen by millions of people that you're not going to scale, right? So when you are in a place like LA, you want to get hyper focused on one small region. 5 to 7 mile range. Okay, keep that in mind. And then the second stage is mid-range. So this is like a city I grew up in, Columbus, Ohio, right? So as you can see, a 20-mile radius covers the entire city. So if that's the kind of city you live in, then I'm going to cover the whole entire city. And I'm going to call out Columbus, Ohio in my freaking ad. That it's going to crush, right? Because I'm covering the whole city. Here, and in this small section right here, you want to call it the exact city, right? Riverside, California, Santa Clarita, California. You don't want to say Los Angeles, California, right? You guys are going to burn through so much ad spend. And so, all right, so mid-range, the difference between these two is here, you go a little bit wider and you hit the whole city and you call out the entire city, right? And the third category of markets is Hicksville, right? It's like country. It's like there's not that many cities around. It's smaller. And this is a example of Hicksville, St. George. And I don't want you guys to make the mistake of thinking that because you're in a small city that there's not money there. My best client, Luke, is in St. George and he's doing $220,000 a month. I have a whole video breaking down the whole strategy. Like, check it out on my YouTube. $220,000 and he's in that city. So like you would think that LA or mid-range like Columbus, Ohio or like San Antonio, Texas would be better. And like the point is, guys, it doesn't matter what city you're in. You could take over any city. But this is how you want to categorize it, regarding where you live, right? So if you're in St. George, you want to go farther out. Somewhere like St. George, somewhere like small town in Texas, small town somewhere, right? You want to go farther out because you're now hitting more and more people. And you want to capture more and more people because sooner or later the ad is going to fatigue if you run it in a very small radius, right? Guys, and the whole goal is to own your market. This is what I help my clients do. I help them own the market because when they have an offer that crushes that no one else is selling and they're running ads, they start owning the market and people are like, oh, well, I've seen you before. They start like walking up to that person when they see them, right? It's crazy. And I'm going to teach you. And what I'm about to teach you will work for you no matter what city you're in. Like, I don't care what city. Like, you could be in Hicksville. You could be the biggest city ever. Like, you could be anywhere. It does not matter. It works, right? Guys, and the strategy works so well that's helped 100 plus videographers scale. And the crazy part is you can launch an ad within 24 hours and have qualified leads coming to you. And the best part is you guys can start with a small budget, like literally $30 a day. And then scale up as you close your first client, second client. Like, do you know how easy it is to freaking scale? And so, guys, Cooper, here's a little like breakdown. 48 hours. 48 hours. He sent me this. He launched ads. He spent $38, right? It got approved. He spent $38. He got 50 followers. He sent 24 DMs, which he should have sent 50, but he sent 24 DMs. He had 13 conversations, 13 responses, 3 calls booked. And then he got... in his first week, he closed $10,000. He collected $4K and $6K. And both of them owe him more money, right? But like that's what he collected up front. So week 1, this is in 48 hours. He did this. He got this many leads. And that's like, it's normal. It's not even like, oh, wow, this is crazy. That's like a normal thing for all my clients, right? In week 1, he closed $10,000 in cash collected, right? It's just simple. Tayden started 14 days ago. He launched his ad like 7 days in, and then within 7 days, he closed with a $6K PIF. Gian, $8,000 PIF. And the next day, he actually got another $8,000, and I made him raise his price to $10,000. The point is not to show you a bunch of client wins. If you want to go see that, go on my Instagram highlights, click till your fingers get sore, because there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I know my stuff. It works, right? So, guys, let's create the actual ad audience together, right? You want to go to Meta Suite, not Ads Manager, okay? This is what it'll look like. Business Meta Suite, okay? I just want to clarify this. Meta Suite, not Instagram. Okay, cool. Because that's the place you create the audience and you run your ad. And so let's go to here together and create this thing. So what you'll do is you'll hit boost Instagram content to go and create the audience. This is what we're doing step by step. Follow this along. And then you go and click any post. It doesn't matter. I go to like any boosted post or any post. Come on, Wi-Fi. Guys, this strategy absolutely crushes. Like I'm giving you the breakdown. I was like hesitant to give you guys the breakdown, full transparency, because I was like, man, there's so much value. Like this, like, dude, I want you guys to win, right? And so, all right, so you so you're gonna turn this off when you launch it, but right now we're just creating an audience. So create new. Okay, you're gonna name it. Let's just say you're in Columbus, Ohio. All right, that's where I'm from. You always want to turn Advantage Plus off, okay? Keep this in mind. Turn Advantage Audience off. I don't want Meta controlling where my ad is shown. I want me to select where the ad is going. I know what works, and I'm telling you guys what works, right? You want to keep gender all. Because what we realize is I teach my clients to go after service-based businesses because, man, that's where the money's at, guys. You guys going after realtors and cheap clients, like that's not where the money's at. You want to go after service-based businesses that are willing to pay you high ticket. And when you do that, man, it becomes easy to scale. And so, and the reason we do all is because I realized for the service businesses, a lot of their assistants and wives send them the ads and then they purchase. And so it's pretty cool. So we want to keep gender all, age 22 to 55, right? So this strategy absolutely crushes. I don't want to bring in anyone too young that might not be able to afford it. Like for my clients, this is how you're going to launch ads. You don't want to bring in anyone too young. Like if someone has a business and they're under 22, most likely they can't afford your 6 to 10K offer. And that's what you should be selling, the hybrid method. And I don't want to go too old. Like if I go to 60, 65, I don't want someone typing like this. Like they're not going to make content, dude. They're not going to be a good client avatar, right? So I keep it 22 to 55. Location, Columbus, Ohio, right? You always want to hit city. Hold up. I'm giving you guys like everything here, so make sure you pay attention and make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. You're slacking. All right, Columbus, Ohio, 25 miles. I'd probably do 20 miles if I was hitting this city. And here's the cool thing, guys. If this was like an LA type of vibe, you can get hyper focused. I can show you how to get hyper focused too. Let me show you. So Columbus is very easy, but with Los Angeles, right? So let me show you what I mean. You can get hyper focused. So let's just say I want to take over, I don't even know, Malibu. I freaking love Malibu. All right, I'm gonna drop a pin right here, right? And I'm gonna delete this. And with pins, you can go as low as 1 mile. Look at this. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend that, but I would go like 7 miles, right? Malibu's not even a good spot because it's just like a touristy spot right here. If I went here, I'd probably go like, boom. Let me delete this one. And then I would probably go, if I'm taking Thousand Oaks, 8 miles. That's how you want to take over city, or a city this big, like this. You see what I mean? I'm not going all LA. I'm going hyper focused, right? Right? So I want you guys to understand what I mean by this stuff. And so let's go back to Columbus. I want you to see the difference, right? Drop pin. Probably should have dropped a pin in the center, but no worries. All right, cool. You see what I mean, guys? And then look at the difference. Like with 20 miles, I could hit everything and be on the outskirts of the city. So it is city oriented, right? So it depends on where you're at. And so, cool. Now that we've done that, and I just want to give you guys that breakdown. So there's the different places. And then the audience or the interest for targeting is business and finance. And so here's the thing. You want to turn Advantage off, You want to name it your city, gender all, 22 to 55, go to your city, business and finance. You don't want to go and add HVAC business or contractor. You don't want to go do all this. Like I don't know, mobile detailer. You don't want to do this, because here's the problem, guys. When you go do that and then you just hit save audience with just this. But let me explain why you don't want to do that, right? You want to keep it broad, right? So let me explain why. Guys, when you are hitting a local market, you don't want to choke Meta. You don't want to choke it, right? Basically what a big mistake a lot of people make is they will literally go and go add like 10 different interests in a 20-mile radius. And now you're excluding all of these other businesses, and it makes no sense. And so if I go business and finance, I let my ad do the talking. I literally script the ad, a winning ad for all of my clients. That's the first thing we do. They launch it within 48 hours of signing up with me, and they crush, right? You have to have a winning ad too, or like a good framework. I'm just showing you guys how to launch the actual ads here. But here's the thing, guys. You don't want to add too many things. You want to literally keep it broad here. The interests need to be broad, and then you save audience, and then you'll be good to go. Okay? Cool. All right. So guys, now that you created the audience, here's what it'll look like when you post the actual post. You post it on your Instagram. And guys, Luke got 1 million views on this one. Cameron got 570,000 views. Conrad's at 192,000. He's on his like 5th ad. He did like 70K last month. Cameron's scaling. Luke's at $200,000+ a month. Like, guys, this strategy absolutely crushes. But this is what it'll look like. Do you think you'll get organic views and like hundreds of thousands of views in your city ever? It's so hard to do that organically. But with one local ad, you guys could take over your city. And that's why it's so appealing to business owners when you're like, hey, this is actually what I teach too. Because when you see how simple it is, you're going to be like, wow, okay, this makes sense. Now I understand why you combine local ads and content and sell that for 6 to 10K upfront, right? And so guys, when you first launch your ad, you launch as a normal reel. And your caption needs to say this: your city, so basically Columbus, Ohio, service business, follow at my username for more info on how local ads can help you grow. Something so simple, right? Very, very simple. But you want to have it say the city right here, follow at your username, so they can click your username, okay? Amazing, right? And guys, ads might sound scary at first. And let me know if you guys have any questions like this. Comment if you like this kind of stuff. I'm trying to be more and more transparent. I'm giving you guys all of it out there. Everything I know about ads, everything that works for all my clients, like, dude, it crushes. And so I'm giving it to you guys because I'm trying to build a lot of trust with you guys. And the goal is to scale to $1 million a month. And the only way I could do that is if I build so much trust with hundreds and thousands of you that we make it happen. And so ads might sound scary at first, but all I care about is the ROAS. No emotion in the ads. ROAS, if you don't know what ROAS is return on ad spend. And basically, guys, what I want you guys to understand is there is no emotion in ads. None. A lot of people get so attached to the actual ad, the one ad. And I'm like, bro, that's not how it works. That's not how you scale, right? And so, guys, I want to clarify something as well. All ad strategies work. Lead form ads work. VSLs work. DM ads work. Facebook ads work. But the question is, which strategy will get you the highest return on ad spend, right? It's the hybrid method, which combines local ads with branding so you can build trust with your audience. The reason we run ads this way and bring people to our Instagram locally is because, guys, like for instance, let me show you. If I run ads and people are coming into my Instagram, right? And what you'll see is like, this person followed you from an ad, followed you from an ad, followed you from an ad, right? And then they come to my Instagram and there's hundreds of content wins. I have a VSL right here. There's a video with me and Luke, who's the winning case study. I have a picture of me with clients. Like, we work with a ton of clients. Us on a yacht mastermind. Actually just booked a mansion in Costa Rica. So we're doing another mastermind. I post a lot of content. There's vulnerable stuff about 3 years ago I was 112K in debt, and now we're making $100,000+ a month, right? So like vulnerable stuff, me being human, if I bring people to my page and then we have a quick convo with them, that's how you guys scale. That's the strategy that works so well. all of these strategies are based on them not knowing you. VSLs, lead form ads, like all these strategies are you based off of having them a quick phone call with them, and they don't know you, they don't trust you, they don't like you, they don't like. Sales are made when someone likes and trusts you guys, and so that's why this strategy works the best out of everything I've ever seen. And guys, ROAS is everything. You must track your numbers. Like, you have to track your numbers. How much ad spend, how much DMs sent, how many conversations, how many leads coming in, how many calls offered, calls booked, closed deals, return on closed deals, right? Return on ad spend, right? Like, I want to know all of these things. And guys, when you have an offer that's a commodity, you're going to burn through cash. Like, let me show you what I mean by this. But when you have an offer that gets results predictably, you'll print cash and become the guy that owns your city, right? And so local ads only make sense when you have a high ticket offer. Like, straight up, and I'm going to break down why. Like, if you actually want to scale your business and work with less clients, but work with better clients that pay you more and make a lot more money and actually enjoy your life and not run around town like a chicken with his head cut off, right? Then you need to work with higher quality people, right? That's why we're so focused on high ticket, right? Local ads only make sense when you have a high ticket offer. Here's what I mean by this, guys. Let me zoom out a little bit. So when you sell a high ticket offer, every $750 to $1,000 my clients spend, right? They close a $6,000 to $10,000 pay in full. We collect $10,000 pay in full, right? That's how you can grow your business predictably, meaning they have a 7 to 10x ROAS. And ROAS, return on ad spend, is only on cash collected, not cash contracted. A lot of people like to have a ROAS on cash contracted, but it's BS numbers. Until a client pays you and cash is in your Stripe, cash is in your bank, it's not cash. It's not your money, right? So the real ROAS, return on ad spend, is based off the cash you collect. So that we focus on the hybrid method, which actually gets clients results, and no one is doing this in your city. And this allows you to spend more on ads and grow your company. Because imagine this, when you close a $10,000 deal and you know that $1,000 closes every $10,000, or every $1,000 you spend, you're going to go take $2,000 out of that $10,000 and throw into ads and close another 2 clients. And then do the same thing over and over and over and over and keep feeding this winning lottery machine. But when you're selling one-off shoots, right? One-off shoots, not shorts, and content retainers, and this is the alternative. You get a 2 to 3x ROAS. You spend $700. It still costs you $750 to $1,000 to acquire the client, but you collect $200. You're collecting $2,000, $3,000 a month, right? And they might churn month 2, month 3. And the problem is it's harder to scale up ads when your return on ad spend. Like, if I spend $1,000 and your retainer's $2,000, that's a 2x ROAS. Meaning it's very hard for me to make my money and keep growing the business. You're kind of like, man, I'm glad I closed that client. Now we can breathe a little bit. But you're not like, you're kind of reactive versus like, close a $10,000 deal. Let's go launch another ad. Let's go take over the city and become the guy that owns the city, right? So guys, you guys got to remember this. And this is what we focus on. This is the videographers I work with that are crushing it. Like, if you go check out my client wins, like the guys that are absolutely crushing it are only focused on high ticket. Luke at $200,000 a month. Reyes closed a $10,000 deal in 4 days. 4 days. Harley, $10,000 his first week. He's like, dude, it's easier to sell. Read this. It's easier to sell a $10,000 offer that gets predictable results than it is to sell a $2,000 content package. Right? Tyler, he collected $3,100 as a $6K deal. Right? V, $8,000. And these guys are doing this their first 2 weeks running this offer. It's crazy. Gian, 6K. Like, you can go click. There's hundreds of them. But my point is, it's a lot easier to scale this way. All right? So let's launch the ad together. Now that you have an audience created, right? Let's just say, all right, let's go back to this. We go to home. We go to ads. We go to create ad. Guys, I'm giving you like the step-by-step strategy. Go to boost Instagram content. You go to your ad, find your ad, and then you hit boost. And then you want to turn advantage off, audience creative off again. You want to make sure it says visit profile visit. You want to make sure visit Instagram profile. You want to make sure that it's your exact Instagram. Actually, I don't have videos. You can look up how to link it up. It's all in my program and stuff. But you can look it up on YouTube how to link your Instagram to your Meta suite. And then is this whatever? Is this about a special employment? You always want to have this off. And then I have hundreds of audiences, guys. We've tested ads for so long. I've actually ran ads in my own market as well. Like, it crushes. So you want to select the audience that you created, okay? Select the one you made, right? Whether it's Columbus, whatever, your own market. And then you want to make sure, like, recap. You come here, turn this off, select your audience, and then run this ad continuously. Some of you won't see this option, and it's kind of annoying. So if you choose an ad, choose when this ad will end, do 300 days or 300. That doesn't mean you need to run the ad for 300 days. That just means that you could always turn it off. That just means that it'll run continuously, right? Because some of you guys won't have this option for some weird reason. But you could always turn off the ads, but you don't want to run an ad for 30 days and have it restart because there's a 7-day learning phase and it's not fun, right? It's not fun to restart every single time, right? And don't even be scared about this number because that's the 300 days accumulated. And then all you have to do is hit publish. That's it. That's how you run your actual local ad, right? And so guys, that's how simple it is to run local ads. That's how simple it is to take over your market. And guys, I'm telling you guys, this only makes sense. Like, go feel free to test it, but this only makes sense when you have a high ticket offer because all I care about is your ROAS. I'm a very numbers oriented guy, very, very numbers driven. I know my exact customer acquisition cost. I know how much we make per call, how much it costs me to get a lead, everything. And so you need to understand, if you want to grow your business, your offer is everything. Because if you have a crappy offer, and like if every other videographer in your city sells the same thing, then if you run and then you run ads, you're just selling, like you're just amplifying the message of something that's a commodity. You understand what I mean? Like you're amplifying your message. That's all the ads do. They amplify your message. So make sure that your message is something that gets people results. Make sure your message is bringing people in to an offer that is high ticket. Because guys, I promise you, people are happy. Local businesses in your city are happy to pay you high ticket when you can show them how to get results. And content alone never does that. So I hope this video helps. We went over how to create the audience, how to launch the ads, and give you a little mindset shift about the actual offer you should have. But I hope this helps, and keep crushing it, guys.